Chapter 1. Travel. My name is Robinson. I am from England. I am 18 years old. My father is German and my mother is English. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. We are a close family. My father is a successful businessman. We have a lot of money. I go to a good school. I live a comfortable life, but I have a dream. I want to travel. I want to see the world. My father is a good man. He wants the best for me, but my dream is not his dream. He is not happy about my wish to travel. He thinks I should stay at home. He thinks I should live a safe life. He thinks I should take over the family business. But I feel that there is so much more to see in the world. One morning, my father calls me into his room. He wants to speak with me. He has some questions. Why do you want to travel? He asks. Traveling is dangerous. It's not comfortable. You could even die. I think about it. Yes, traveling can be dangerous. It's true that it is not always comfortable. I could get hurt or even die. But it is also exciting. There are new countries to see. There are new people to meet. I could learn so much. I think about traveling every day. I go to my mother and speak to her. I want to travel. I want to see the world. Can you speak to my father? Maybe with your help I can go. My mother loves me very much, but she also thinks that traveling is too risky. I think your place is here at home with your family, she says. Life in England is the best for you. It is safe. You have everything you need. 1 year later, something happens that changes my life. I visit a big town called Hull. While I'm there, I meet my friend. He tells me that his father has a ship. They are going to London by sea. He invites me to join them. Come with me, it's free for you, he says. I am not prepared. But I decide to take the chance. I want to see if traveling is really what I want to do. I go with my friend. We sail to London. At first, everything is wonderful. It is my first long journey. I am very excited. The first hour is smooth and easy, but then, suddenly, the weather changes. A huge storm comes. The wind is very strong. The waves are big. The ship goes up and down. I am scared. I think about my home. I think about my comfortable bed. I think about the safety of my own room. The storm lasts all night, but by morning it is over. The sun comes out. The sea is calm again. The evening is beautiful. The world feels peaceful again. My friend comes to talk to me. He says, "You looked afraid during the storm. It is natural to be scared, but traveling teaches you to be brave." He offers me a drink. I drink a lot and feel much better. That night I sleep very well. The next morning I wake up. I forget my home. I forget my comfortable bed. Instead, I am excited to continue my journey. I dream more about traveling. Chapter 2. Storm. The next day our ship moves slowly because the wind is weak. Then, the wind becomes strong again and we go fast. But soon, a new storm comes. This storm is bigger and stronger. I am very scared. The others are scared too. The waves are huge like mountains. I see other ships. They look like small toys. The big waves toss them around. I want to go home. The storm is very strong. The men pray to God for help. Then one man shouts, "There is a hole in the ship. Water is coming inside. It is very bad." Many men go down to pump the water out. I am too scared to move. One man comes to me and says, "Go down and help." So I go down. We all work hard to pump the water out. I hear a gunshot. It is a signal from our captain. It means we have a big problem. Our ship is badly broken. Water is everywhere. We work very hard. We try to pump the water out, but the hole is too big. More and more water comes inside. The storm is over. The weather is better. The waves are smaller. But our ship is sinking. We need help. Then we see another ship in front of us. The men on that ship send a small boat to us. They come to help. We climb into their boat. 15 minutes later, our big ship goes under the water. We are safe. We see land in the distance. We go toward the land. We see people on the beach. They are waiting for us. They help us and give us some money. Now, we can go to London or Hull. I decide to go to London. In London, I meet a captain. He is going to Africa. He tells me I can make money there. I listen carefully. The captain teaches me about business in Africa. He tells me what to buy in England and what people in Africa need. I decide to go with him. The journey to Africa is very good. After this trip, I have a lot of money. I feel happy. I want to travel more. I want to do more business. I also want to learn how to control a ship. The captain teaches me how to control the ship. I go to Africa again. At first, the journey is good, but soon we have big trouble. We see a ship in the distance. It is not an English ship. It is a pirate ship. The pirates want to take our ship. Their ship is very fast. Soon they are close to us. The pirates attack. They climb onto our ship. They fight our men. Many of our men die. We cannot win. We stop fighting. Now we are prisoners. Chapter 3. Slave, I am young and strong. I must work for the pirate captain. I feel sad because my life is hard. I have to work very much. I work every day. I work in the house and in the garden. The captain tells me what to do. I don't like my work. I want to be free again. One morning, I meet a young woman. She works in the house too. She is beautiful. She is also a slave. She cleans the house. I talk to her, but she doesn't speak my language, but I feel she understands me. When she sees me, she is happy. I am happy too. Sometimes she touches me, but it is only for a moment. Slaves cannot be together. I think about the young woman a lot. I want to see her every day, but she is not in the house every day. When I think about her, I feel happy. I think I love her. I think she is my girlfriend and I am her boyfriend, but our love is difficult. We cannot live together. This makes me sad. Sometimes I go fishing with the captain and his friends. A young boy helps us. We use a small boat to fish. One morning when we are fishing, we get lost. There is fog around our boat. We cannot see anything. We don't know how to go home. The next day the fog is gone. We can go home. When we get back home, the captain says, use a bigger boat. The bigger boat is better for long trips. One day, the captain tells me, put more food and drinks on the boat. Bring some guns too. The captain wants to fish with his friends. I get the boat ready. I put food and guns on the boat, but the captain's friends don't want to fish. The captain tells me, prepare the boat for fishing tomorrow. This is my chance to escape. There is food and guns on the boat. I get the boat ready. But I leave the food and guns there. Tomorrow, I will run away. This is my plan. I think about the young woman. I want to take her with me, but I don't know how. It is not possible to take her on the boat. I feel sad. I don't know what to do. I want to be free, but my heart wants to be with her. It is morning. I see the young woman in the house. She is so beautiful. I look at her, and she knows something is different. Maybe she feels that this is our last time together. She looks into my eyes. She touches my hand. I think she understands. Her face is sad. My face is sad too. She smiles at me, and then she walks away. This is our last moment together. Chapter 4. Freedom. 1 hour later, we are ready. The boy and I go to the boat. A man comes with us. He is our boss today. Soon, we are far from the land. But we cannot catch any fish. We go farther out, hoping to catch fish. Our boss thinks we can catch fish there. At one point, our boss moves to the front of the boat. I quickly push him into the sea. He tries to swim back, but I take a gun. When he sees the gun, he swims away. After he swims far enough, I look at the boy. I want to know if he will help me. I see that he is on my side. After 2 years, I am free. We move fast. The wind is strong. The next day, we are far from the pirate land. But we don't stop. We keep going. After 6 days, we have to stop. We need fresh water. We wait for night. Then we go to the land. When we are near the land, we hear scary noises. The boy doesn't want to continue. He is scared. We stay on the boat near the land. But we can't sleep. Some animals come to wash in the water. The animals make loud, scary noises. The boy is very scared. Then we hear one animal swim toward us. The boy wants to leave, but I don't want to go. I take a gun. I shoot at the animal. The animal turns and swims back to the land. The other animals hear the gun and swim away too. We stay on the boat. In the morning, we eat bread for breakfast. The boy wants to go to the beach. I go with him. We take guns and big water bottles. I don't go far. I want to see the boat. The boy continues alone. The boy comes back after some time. He is running. I think an animal is chasing him, but I see nothing dangerous. He has an animal in his hand. It is a chicken. He is very happy. I am happy too. We have good meat and fresh water. We don't see any dangerous animals. I don't know where we are. I only know that we are near Africa. I think we are near land where no people live. We don't see people, only hear animals. One day, when we go to get fresh water, we see a lion. The lion is sleeping on the beach. He is very big. He is only 20 meters away from us. The boy is scared. Then, the lion opens his eyes. When he sees us, he runs toward us. We don't have much time. I must shoot the lion. I have 3 guns. The first bullet hits his leg. The second bullet hits his head. The third bullet kills the animal. We can't eat the meat. It's not good, but we take the skin. We put the skin on the boat. It dries quickly. Chapter 5. Survival. We keep traveling. We stop only when we need fresh water. Soon, we see that people live on the land. One day, we see a big group of people. They are on the beach with many children. They watch us. I want to stop and talk to them. But the boy is scared and doesn't want to stop. The people want to give us food. 2 people run to the forest and bring food. We don't want to go to the beach, but they don't want to swim to us. We don't know how to take the food. The people see this. They put the food on the ground and walk away. When they are far from the food, we take it. Now, we are not scared of the people. They come to us. We thank them, but we have nothing to give them. Suddenly, we see 2 animals. They run down from the hill. The people are scared. One animal attacks a young girl. I shoot at the animal and kill it. The second animal is scared and runs away. The people are shocked when they hear the gun. They are even more shocked when they see the dead animal. They are happy the girl is alive. They thank us and give us more food and water. Now, we have a lot of food and water on the boat. We continue our journey. The next day, we see some islands. I think we can visit them. But at that moment, the boy starts shouting. He sees a ship. The boy is very scared. He thinks it is a pirate ship. I look at the ship and see that it is a Portuguese ship. But no one on the ship sees us, so I shoot my gun. They hear the gun and see us. Soon, we are on the Portuguese ship. They speak Portuguese, Spanish, and French, but I don't understand them. Then a Scottish sailor comes to me. I tell him our story. The sailors are very nice. They let us stay on the ship, and we are very happy. We offer our boat to the captain. But he doesn't want to take it for free. He wants to buy the boat. I tell him that he can buy it for half the usual price. The captain agrees. The captain also wants to train the boy as a sailor. I don't like this idea. The boy is too young for this job. I think the boy also needs to be free. But the captain says it's good for him. Chapter 6. Love. The boy wants to work for the captain, so he becomes a sailor. The ship is on its way to Brazil. After 20 days, we arrive in Brazil. I say goodbye to the boy and the sailors. Brazil is a new country in South America. Many people start a new life here. It is the same for me. I don't know anyone here. I meet some people who own sugar plantations. Soon, we become good friends. I like Brazil very much. I learn the language quickly. I have some money from the captain. So I buy a small piece of land. I start to grow sugar. At first, I don't grow much. But after 2 years, my plantation becomes big. I am single, but my life is good. My money grows every month. After 3 years in Brazil, I have enough money. I can hire a woman to clean my house. I ask my friends if they know a good woman. One friend says, I have a daughter. She is 18 years old. She can work for you. She is also a good cook. The next day, his daughter comes to my house. She is friendly but shy. She is also very pretty. We talk, and I tell her what I need. The next day, she comes again. She cleans the floor and the furniture. She comes to my house every Monday and Thursday. She works for 4 hours. She also cooks for me and feeds my cat. I feel happy when I see the girl. Sometimes we have breakfast or lunch together and talk. Then, she gets sick and can't come to my house. I feel strange when she's not here. I miss her. I think maybe I love her. 1 week later, she returns. I'm happy to see her. She looks happy too. I hug her and kiss her. It's a long kiss. 2 weeks later, I visit her father. I ask him if I can marry his daughter. He is quiet. I wait for his answer. Then he says, yes. I am very happy. 2 months later, I marry my friend's daughter. We start planning our family. This part of my life is wonderful. We have big plans for our family and our plantation. We need a bigger house. We need more money for the house. I think about business in Africa. I can make a lot of money there. I talk about Africa with my friends. I tell them we can make a lot of money in Africa. Chapter 7. Hurricane. One day, 3 friends come to my house. They tell me they want to go to Africa. They ask if I want to join them. I say, yes, I want to go. We start preparing for the journey. Soon, we are ready. I say goodbye to my wife. Then, we leave. We plan to return in 2 months. We leave Brazil in September. Our ship is big, but there are only 17 men. The ship is full of business things. The weather is good but hot at first. 1 week later, we see a hurricane. The hurricane is very strong. Our ship is in danger. After 3 days, the hurricane stops. But our ship is broken. We can't go to Africa. The captain wants to go back and fix the ship. But I don't want to go back. We talk about it and find a solution. Then, in the evening, a second hurricane comes. The wind is strong, the waves are huge. One man shouts, land. When he shouts land, the ship stops. The sea is too shallow. The ship is in danger. It could break at any moment. We must take a smaller boat. It is dangerous because the boat is too small for 17 men. But we must do it to survive. So, we get in the small boat. The waves are huge. The wind is strong. It pushes us toward big rocks. We know a crash is near. Then a big wave comes. The wave flips the boat. I am underwater. I can't breathe. I don't see the other men or the boat. Then my head is above water. It's just a short moment, but I can breathe. I see a small beach between the rocks. A big wave pushes me to the beach. I'm still in the water, but I feel land under my feet. I know I must stand up. I need to get out of the water. The next wave could take me back to sea. But I am weak. I can't stand up fast. The next wave comes. I am underwater again. I can't breathe. But another wave pushes me back to the beach. I am in the water, but I can stand. I walk 10 meters. I am on the sand. I am safe, but my arms and legs are very weak. I fall down and lie on the beach. After some time, I stand up. I look for the other men. I can't find them. I am the only one alive. All my friends are dead. I only find 3 hats and 2 shoes on the beach. It is horrible for me. Chapter 8, Island. The weather is still bad, but the waves are smaller. I see the ship. It is far from the land. I look around. I have nothing. I am wet. I have no clothes. I have no food or drink. I have no gun. Dangerous animals can eat me. I only have a small knife I find in my pocket. This is a bad situation. How can I survive with just a knife? I need water. I find a small river and drink. Night comes. I'm scared of animals. I can't sleep on the ground. So I sleep in a big tree. The next morning the sea is calm. I still see the ship. I swim to the ship. I can't find a way inside. I swim around the ship. Then I see a rope. I use the rope. Now I am on the ship. The ship is empty. I look for food. I find dry food and a bottle of rum. I take the rum. Then I hear something. Someone is on the ship. Who is it? Maybe one of my friends? No, they are all dead. I am scared. I go to the sound. It is a dog. It is the captain's dog. Now I am not alone. I need to take the food, rum, and the dog to the beach. There is no boat. I must make a raft. I find some wood and make a raft. I also need clothes. I look for clothes. While looking, I find a nice carpet. I also find 4 guns and a box of gunpowder. I put everything on the raft. The sea is calm. The wind is good. Soon I am on the beach. I look for a place to stay. I see a hill. From the hill I can see where I am. I take a gun and walk to the hill. I go to the top. I see the sea all around me. I am on an island. I see 2 small islands. One is to the north. One is to the west. To the south I see a big land. It is 100 kilometers away. To the east I see only the ocean. There are no people here. I see only wild animals. Chapter 9, Tent. I see many birds on the way back from the hill, but I don't know their names. I don't know if I can eat them. I kill one bird. But the meat is bad. I go back to the raft. The next day, I want to go back to the ship. I want to take all important things to the island. The next storm could destroy the ship. I make a small tent near the beach. I bring the things that can be ruined by rain to the tent. The night comes. I lie on the ground. I put 2 guns near my left shoulder. I also put 2 guns near my right shoulder. Now I feel safe. I am tired. I fall asleep quickly. The next day I swim back to the ship. I make a second raft. I put many things on the raft. I am happy when I find 7 new guns and some blankets. I take everything to the beach. I go to the ship every day. I bring back many good things. I find a lot of candles. I need candles on the island. I also find 2 big boxes of tea. I visit the ship often. One day, I find a box that is closed. Under the box, I find a key. When I open the box, I see money from Europe and Brazil. Money is not useful on the island, but I take it. I also find cards with pictures of the king and queen. I can play games. I can have fun with the cards. The next day, big dark clouds fill the sky. The clouds grow bigger. The wind gets stronger. I visit the ship. But I don't make a raft because a storm is near. Rafts break easily in a storm. I swim back to the beach. The wind is strong at night. I am safe inside my little tent. The ship is gone the next morning. I know I will stay on the island for a long time. I want to make a good place to live. I also need to be safe. I can look for a cave or make a bigger tent. Maybe I can do both. I need a place near fresh water. The place must be in the shade. It must be easy to protect. I also need to see the sea. I want to see ships. I find a good place next to a big hill. I put my tent there. The hill protects me from one side. I build a fence on the other sides. The fence has no door. I use a ladder to go over the fence. I take everything inside. I have more plans in my head. I make 2 tents. One is big. The second one is small. The smaller tent is inside the bigger tent. The bigger tent protects the gunpowder and food from the rain. I live in the smaller tent. Chapter 10. Cross. When the tents are finished, I start making a cave at the bottom of the hill. I want to use the cave for food storage. I bring stones and earth to the fence. I make a terrace inside the fence. I am still working on the cave when a storm comes. I see lightning. I think the lightning might hit my gunpowder boxes. The explosion could destroy everything and kill me. I am scared. I need to make a change. After the storm, I open the boxes with the gunpowder. I put the gunpowder into smaller boxes and bags. I hide them in the rocks. This takes 3 days because I have a lot of gunpowder. I also hunt every day. It is a break from hard work. I need meat too. When I hunt, I learn more about the island. I find some goats and hunt them. Now I have enough meat. Sometimes I feel sad. I think about my wife. I miss her very much. I also think about my friends in Brazil and my parents. I know that traveling by sea can change your life. It can be great, but it can also be horrible. I know my friends on the ship are dead. I know I am the only one alive. I am lucky. I also have food, guns, and clothes. I cannot survive without them. I decide to make a big cross and put it on the beach. I write the date of my first day on the cross. I want to keep track of time. The cross is my calendar. Every day, I make a small cut on the cross. Every Sunday, I make a bigger cut. This shows the end of the week. The last day of each month has a long cut. One day, I feel negative. I think about my situation. This is not good. I decide to write down both good and bad things. First, I write the bad things. I am alone on the island. I have nobody to talk to. I have only a small chance of going back to England. But I am alive. I am safe. I have freedom. I have enough food. These are good things. I don't have good clothes, but I don't need many clothes here. I have my dog. He understands some words. He understands sit down, come here, bring it, don't jump, and don't do it. I see my life isn't perfect, but I also have some good things. I must focus on the positive. I keep making my place better. I make the cave bigger. I have room for many things in the cave. I am happy because my life is now organized. Chapter 11. Cave. I make a chair and a table from the wood of my raft. It takes me 5 days to finish them. After that, I make more furniture for my cave. I put my clothes and guns in the cave too. I feel happy when my work is finished. The cave is now comfortable. Everything is in order. I can find what I need easily. I decide to write a book about my life on the island. I start with my first day here. I write everything I remember. I also write my thoughts. It feels good to write them down. At first, I write 1 page every day. Later, I write 1 page every week. I only write important things. After some time, my life is well organized, but it is never boring. I always have work to do. Every morning, I walk around the island. Then, I work. I have lunch at noon. After that, I sleep, but not for long. Then, I work again. In the evening, I relax or write my book. I make my cave bigger. I want a big cave. The cave is my kitchen, living room, and sometimes bedroom. One day, the earth falls from the side of the cave. I am not in the cave when it happens. If I was there, I could have been hurt. I clean the cave. I decide to put boards on the sides and top. I don't want this to happen again. It takes a week to finish. In December, I continue working in my camp. The weather is bad. It rains every day, but it is warm, so I work inside. It is never cold on the island. This is good for me. At the end of December, I kill a goat. I also hurt another goat. Its leg is broken and it cannot walk. I take the goat home and help it. After 2 weeks, the goat is not scared. It eats from my hand. In January, I travel around the island. I find more goats in the center. They are very shy and hard to catch. I want to tame some goats. I just need the right chance. I have a plan. The next day I return with my dog. I think the dog can help me hunt. I tell my dog, sit, wait. Don't move. Then I walk around the goats from a distance. Chapter 12. Earthquake. When the goats are between me and my dog, I hide behind a tree. Then I call my dog, come here. My dog runs to me, so the goats run towards me too. I wait behind the tree. When a goat runs close, I jump and grab its leg. I hold its right leg, but then the goat kicks me with its left leg. It kicks me in my nose. It hurts a lot. I can't hold it and the goat runs away. We don't catch the goat. This method doesn't work. We need a better plan. I tell my dog, let's go home. I need rest. I work on my fence from January to March. It takes a long time because I want a strong fence. During this time, I find big birds. They live in holes between rocks, not in trees. They are easy to catch. Their meat is tasty. I also eat their eggs. While working on my fence, I find a small bag. I remember corn in the bag, but now there are only leaves. I take the bag outside and empty it. I need the bag for gunpowder. This happens before the rains. A month later, I see young corn growing there. I am so happy. The corn is near my home. I can make bread later. In March, something happens. I am inside my cave when earth falls from the top. I am scared. The cave may be damaged. I run outside. The ground shakes. It's an earthquake. I am shocked and scared. Big stones fall from the hill, but I'm lucky. They don't hit my tent. The earthquake stops soon. But I don't want to go back in the cave. I'm afraid. I sit outside my tent. I think it's dangerous to sleep in the cave. Another earthquake might come. But I don't want to sleep in the tent, so I decide to build a house. I start building the house in April. It takes 3 months, but I am happy with my new home. At the end of July, I get sick. I have a fever. I can't get out of bed. I feel weak. I can't do anything. I have strange dreams. They don't make sense, but when I have them, they feel real. Chapter 13. Dreams. One of my dreams is strange. I am in a pub. The pub is on this island. I want some rum, but the waitress is lazy. She sits at the bar. She does nothing. I don't like lazy people. I feel angry, but I wait. Then my wife comes in. She gives me a paper. It is a message from her father. He writes that I have to go home. He writes that I have to work on the plantations. But I don't want to go home. I go to the kitchen. My mother is there. She makes steaks. She also makes soup. I taste the soup. The soup is delicious. Then 2 Englishmen come in. They want to sell gunpowder. One man looks nice, but the other man is bad. I tell the bad man, sorry, I don't need your gunpowder. I have some in my camp. The bad man says, you have to buy. We came from London to sell it. I say, thanks, but I don't want it. The bad man gets angry. Our talk is bad. He says bad things about me. I say bad things about him. He gets so mad that he wants to kill me. He takes his gun. I run away. He shoots at me. Then I wake up. A week later, I feel better, but I still need rest. I sleep a lot. In August, I am better, but I feel weak. I need to walk. For the next 10 days, I walk around the island. I feel better after that. When I feel strong, I want to explore. I find a new part of the island. It is a valley with a lake. The valley is in the middle of the island. I find melons. They are big and sweet. I also find apples, oranges, and lemons. I want to take some home, but I don't have a big bag. I collect the fruit. I put it in one place. I go home for a big bag. I love the fruit valley. The nature is beautiful. I think, maybe I can move here. But the fruit valley is far from the beach. I need to be near the beach. I need to see a ship that can save me. Chapter 14. God, I don't move to the fruit valley, but I decide to build a house there. I visit the valley often. Little by little, I build a small house. I put a double fence around it. The house feels like a castle. I use a ladder to go inside. Inside, I have stairs in one corner. I use the stairs when I go outside. I use the ladder when I go inside. Building the house takes all of August and the start of September, but I enjoy it. The fruit valley gives me energy. I feel healthy and strong. Sometimes, at night in the valley, I look at the moon and stars. I think about my wife. I think about my family in England. They see the same moon and stars. But we can't be together. I think about them often. I hope they are happy. I also think about the people who see the moon. I think about where they live. I feel connected to them. Sometimes I feel connected to the whole world. I think about God too. I have questions for God. I ask, why am I here? Why am I still alive when my friends are dead? I don't have answers, but I believe in God. I believe He knows what He is doing. The rainy season starts. It lasts until the middle of October. This is my first year on the island. When the rains stop, I return to my house. The fence is green. New leaves grow everywhere. It looks beautiful and hides the house. The leaves give shade. It is nice to stay here. I want to build a fence like this around my first house too. When the rain ends, I plant my corn. I feel that something bad might happen. I plant only half of the corn. This is a good choice because the corn does not grow. I plant the second half before the next rainy season. This time, the corn grows. Now, I have a small farm. I see that the seasons are different here. We don't have spring, summer, autumn, and winter. We have 2 rainy and 2 dry seasons. Now, I know when to plant the corn. Chapter 15. Routine. I make longer trips around the island. I need a basket for these trips. With the basket, I can carry more food. I can also carry more fruit from the valley. I cut branches from a tree. I use the branches to make a basket. When I finish the basket, I decide to take a long trip around the island. I go through the fruit valley. Beyond the valley, I find fields. There's a lot of grass. The fields are flat. There are many flowers in the fields. The flowers smell nice. Many insects fly around them. I see big butterflies. Their wings are 10 centimeters wide. I see small trees around the fields. I find nuts on these trees. These nuts are different from the ones in England. They have a different shape. They are also sweeter. I find new animals on this side of the island. Wild cats live here. I also see many parrots and other birds. I catch one parrot. I take the parrot with me. It has many colors. I see red, green, orange, blue, pink, and yellow. This part of the island is nice. There is more food here, but I don't want to live here. On the way back, my dog catches a young goat. I save the goat. I take the goat with me. I want to keep goats. Now I have another chance. I leave the goat in my valley house. I want to make space for the goat in my first house. I am very tired from the trip. I relax the next day. I make a cage for the parrot. I bring the goat home. The goat calms down. I make a map of the island. I add these new places to the map. Time passes quickly. Soon it is September again. This is my second year. I feel less sad now. I accept my life. I have many good things. My days are the same. I hunt in the morning. I cook at noon. I rest in the afternoon when the sun is strong. I work in the evening. This is what I usually do. This is my usual routine. I teach my parrot to say his name. His name is Pole. In November and December, I have a problem with my corn. The wild goats want to eat the young plants. I don't want to lose my corn, so I make a fence around it. I make a gate in the fence. I put my dog inside. He protects the corn at night. The plants grow tall, but there is a new danger. Birds start to eat the seeds. I shoot at the birds. They fly away. I must watch my corn every day. Chapter 16. Bread. In December, I get my first corn. It's not much. I don't want to eat it. I keep all the seeds. My goal is to plant them and grow more corn. I need pots for the seeds. I look for clay on the island. I find some clay and try to make a pot. At first, I don't succeed, but I keep trying. It is hard work. After 2 months, I make 2 pots. I put the pots in baskets. I put dry grass around them. The baskets and grass protect the pots. I keep making more pots. They are getting better. I also make long, low pots. I put sea water in them. When the water is gone, I get salt. One day, I find a broken pot in the fire. The fire makes it hard. It looks like stone and is red. I get an idea. I put a pot in the fire. After 2 hours, it's hard. I'm happy with the result. I need a tool to make flour. I find a big piece of wood. I make a hole in it. I put seeds in the hole. Then I use another piece of wood to crush them. The flour stays at the bottom. Now I want to bake bread. I mix the flour with water. The flour becomes dough. I heat 2 stones in the fire. When they are hot, I put the dough between them. Now I have my first bread. It's not perfect, but I like it. It's my first bread in a long time. It's my 3rd year on the island. I think about traveling around the island by sea. I think I can make a canoe. I find a big tree. I cut it down and start to make a hole. After a few days, I think about moving the canoe. The forest is far from the beach. There is a small hill. The canoe is too heavy to move over it. I am angry. I have to leave the canoe in the forest. I lose many days of work. I can't believe I made this mistake. I will plan better next time. Chapter 17. Canoe. After 3 years on the island, my clothes are old. I start using animal skins. I make a cap and clothes from the skins. I also need an umbrella. I try to make one from the skins. It is hard at first, but I succeed after some time. After 3 years, I am happy. I have everything I need. My life on the island goes on for 5 more years. During this time, I decide to make another canoe. The new canoe is smaller. It is easy to move it to the beach. The canoe is finished in June. I want to travel around the island. I put food, water, and guns in the canoe. I am ready for my trip. The start of my trip is not easy. I face danger at the beginning. I have to go around some rocks in the sea. When I try to go back to the land, I feel a strong current. The current pulls me away from the island. I am scared. I don't have enough food or water for a long journey. I fight the current for 2 hours. Then, I get close to my island. I feel strong and happy. Soon, I find a small river. I go up the river, but the river gets very narrow. Stones block the way. I can't go any further. I leave the canoe. I want to explore the area. I'm not far from my house. Soon, I find the way to my house. I am tired from the trip. I sleep. Then, I hear a voice. It says, "Robinson, where are you?" At first, I am scared, but I see my parrot Pole. He is sitting on the fence. He learned these words from me. He says them like I do. I am surprised to see him here. I wonder, why isn't he at home? But I am happy to see him. I don't return to the canoe. I go home with Pole. I don't make another trip for a year. I stay at home. I make more tools and pots. I also make nice baskets. Chapter 18. Footprint. It is 11 years since my first day on the island. One day, I see that I don't have much gunpowder. This worries me. I need gunpowder to hunt animals. My first goat is very old. I want meat, but I can't kill her. One day, she dies naturally. With less gunpowder, I need to find another way to get meat. I decide to make a trap. At first, I am not successful, but soon I catch 3 young goats. They are 1 male and 2 females. I bring them home. I keep the goats inside a small area. I build a fence around the area, but it is too small for 3 goats, so I build a bigger fence. It takes 3 months to build this fence, but the area is perfect. There is a lot of grass and water. Soon, the goats are calm. They eat from my hand. In 2 years, I have 12 goats. In 3 years, I have more than 20. Thanks to the goats, I have a lot of milk and meat. I also make cheese and butter. Now my table is full. I have many animals around me, my dog, goats, and parrot. The only thing I miss is someone to talk to. One day, I go to the part of the sea with the strong current. On the way there, I think about how strange I look. I wear a big hat, a short jacket, and shorts made of animal skin. I don't have socks or shoes, but I put goat skins on my feet. I have 2 belts, one for the gun and knife, and one for the gunpowder. I also carry a basket on my back and an umbrella above my head. My beard is very long. I see that after 11 years, I don't look like an Englishman. I am a different person. One day, I walk on the beach. I am going to check my canoe. Then, I see something surprising. I see marks of a human foot in the sand. These are footprints. I look around, but I see no one. I am scared. I run back to my house. I am so scared that I can't sleep at night. Then, I think, maybe it is my imagination, or maybe it is my own footprint and I am being silly. After this thought, I feel better. I leave my house and go back to look at the marks. Chapter 19, Cannibal. When I get to the marks, I see these are much bigger than my foot. These can't be my foot. I am scared again. I start to panic. I want to destroy my cornfields. I want to destroy my house in the valley. I need to hide what I have on the island. I'm so afraid that I can't sleep all night. I finally sleep a little in the morning. When I wake up, my mind is clear. It's not so strange that people live on nearby islands. I think maybe this is their first visit. Maybe they don't like the island. Maybe it's their last visit. I feel better after this, but I want to protect myself in case they come back. In the next month, I build another fence around my house. I make holes in it. Through these holes, I can shoot from my guns if I'm attacked. Now, my house is very safe. No one can come near easily. I also worry about my goats. I divide them into 2 groups. I build another fence for them on a different part of the island. It takes a lot of time, but my animals are safe. After 16 years on the island, something sad happens. My dog dies. I cry for 3 days. It is the worst day of my life on the island. I still have my goats. I go to them and tell them how sad I am. They don't understand, but I feel they understand my feelings. They are calm and quiet. 2 years have passed since I saw the footprints on the beach. One day, I walk on the beach and think I see a canoe far away. I am not sure, so I keep walking. Then I see something that shocks me. The beach is full of body parts. Heads, hands, feet, fingers, and teeth are everywhere. There is a black spot from a fire. I am angry and scared. I can't look at the horrible scene for long. I feel sick. I go back home and think about what to do. Now, I can't go out to sea with my canoe. I can't fight a group of cannibals in the open sea. I also can't use my guns because they make loud noise. But I always keep guns for protection. I think that maybe in the future, I can kill some cannibals, and I can save their prisoners. I look for a place near the beach where I can hide and prepare for an attack. Then I change my mind. I think it's not good to fight the cannibals. I don't know these people. They have not attacked me. Maybe it's not right to attack them. Finally, I stop preparing for an attack. I will only attack them if they attack me first. Chapter 20. Gunshot. I am hiding what I do on the island. I'm very careful. I try not to make noise. I'm worried when I make a fire. But I need fire to cook. So I try to make little smoke. Smoke can go high and people can see it from far away. One day, I find a small cave in the forest near the beach. I go inside. When my eyes get used to the dark, I see two eyes. The eyes are looking at me. I jump outside, scared. I wait, but nothing happens. I go slowly to the cave entrance and listen. I hear an animal. I think the animal is hurt. I take my gun and go into the cave slowly. When I can see, I find an old goat. The goat is dying in the cave. I return the next day. The goat is dead. I look around and see that the place is safe. It's a good place to hide. I bring my guns and gunpowder there. It is 23 years since I first arrived. I live comfortably now. I have many animals. Pole repeats my name and other words. I have 2 other parrots. I teach them to say my name. I have more than 30 goats. One morning, I walk to my fields and see fire on the beach. I hurry back to my house. I get all my guns and telescope. I go to the beach and hide behind a tree. I watch what happens. I see 9 naked people with 2 canoes. They are leaving. When they leave, I go to the beach. The beach is full of blood and bones again. I'm angry. I decide to kill them if I see them again, but they don't return for a long time. One evening after a big storm, something strange happens. I hear a gunshot at sea. I go to the beach. I see a light in the distance. I hear the gunshot again. I know a ship is near. The ship is in danger and asking for help, but it's very dark and I can't see the ship. I collect dry wood and make a big fire on the beach. The men on the ship probably see the fire because they shoot again. I think, maybe I can speak to someone tonight. This is great. I keep the fire until midnight, but nobody comes. It's strange. I don't understand. I think, where are the men from the ship? Chapter 21. Visitors. The next morning, I see a ship. It stops far from the beach. The ship looks empty. I don't understand it. I wait for people to come. I really want to speak to someone. I miss talking to real people. I take my canoe and go to the ship. I want to see if anyone is alive. The ship looks Spanish. The ship is completely destroyed. When I get close, I see a dog. The dog is very happy to see me. I give him bread and water. He is hungry and thirsty. I don't find anyone on the ship. Where are the people? I think. It's strange. I don't know the answer. It's a mystery. There are many boxes on the ship. Some are small and some are big. I find bottles of alcohol in some big boxes, but the boxes are too heavy. I can't take them in the canoe. I find guns and gunpowder. I take them to my canoe. I also find other useful things. I return to the island in the evening with small boxes. I have shirts, gold, silver, and a lot of gunpowder. The gunpowder is important. On the island, it is more useful than money or gold. There is one more thing I need: shoes. I find 2 pairs of shoes on the ship. I take them with me. I put all my new things in the cave. I make 5 trips to the ship. I take everything useful. Then I hide the canoe. Everything goes back to normal. Time passes quickly. I think about the people on the ship and the cannibals on the beach. One night in March, I have a strange dream. In the dream, I see 2 canoes with cannibals. They come to the beach. One prisoner escapes. He runs to my house. I help him. He becomes my friend. He helps me go through the dangerous water around the island. I wake up, but the dream stays in my mind. I think if someone helps me, I can leave the island. Maybe I can save one of the prisoners. I decide to watch the beach more. I go every day for the next 2 years. I hope to see the canoes. One afternoon, my wish comes true. I see 5 canoes with more than 30 men. I can't attack so many people. I wait and watch them with my telescope. The visitors make a fire and dance around it. I see 2 other men. They are tied up. They are prisoners. After a while, the cannibals take 1 man to the fire. They kill him. The cannibals paint their bodies with his blood. It looks like a play, but it is real. It's horrible. I can do nothing. There are too many of them. The second man is waiting. When the cannibals don't look, he jumps up. He starts to run away. He runs in my direction. I run to the beach and hide behind a tree. I see only 2 cannibals running after him. This is the right moment to help the man. The man runs fast, but the cannibals are faster. They are getting closer to him. I prepare 2 guns and wait behind the tree. Chapter 22. Friday. The prisoner runs towards my tree. He doesn't see me. I stay still. He runs around me. I stay behind the tree. When the first cannibal gets close, I jump out. He is shocked. I shoot him. The second cannibal tries to shoot an arrow. I shoot him too. The prisoner stops when he hears the gun. He turns and looks scared. I smile at him. I show him it's okay to come closer. He comes to me. He kneels down and puts his head on the ground. Then, he touches my foot and puts it on his head. I show him it's okay to stand up. He stands up. He looks at the dead cannibals. He goes to their bodies. He looks at the holes in their bodies. He doesn't understand why they are dead. It's hard for him to believe. He takes arrows from the dead men. We hide the bodies in the forest. Then, we go deeper into the forest. I take the man to my cave. The cave is secret. Nobody can find us. I give him bread, meat, and water. He is very tired. He sleeps right away. I look at him. He is young, slim, but strong. I think he is about 25. He has long black hair, dark skin, and a kind face. I let him sleep and go outside. I sit near the cave and watch the area. The cannibals might come, but they don't. 3 hours later, the man wakes up. He is happy to be safe. I talk to him. I give him a name. His name is Friday because it's Friday. I tell him my name. I teach him yes and no. We stay in the cave at night. The next day, we go to the hill. I see through my telescope that the canoes are gone. We are alone now. We walk carefully to the beach. We go to where the dead cannibals are. When we find them, Friday wants to eat them. I am angry. I show him it's wrong to eat them. I realize that Friday is a cannibal too. We bury the bodies and walk to the beach. What we see is horrible. There are human bones on the sand. The sand is red with blood. We collect the body parts and make a big fire. We want to burn them. We go to my house. I make a small tent for Friday. It's between 2 fences around my house. I am a little scared. I don't know if Friday can hurt me. After some time, I see that I don't need to be scared. Friday is a good man. He is like a son to me. I am like a father to him. Later, he shows me that he would die for me. I'm happy that I have Friday on the island. I begin to teach him about life like a European. First, I teach him some words. I start with hi, hello, bye, and thank you. It's not easy at first, but I am patient. I'm happy to speak to someone. Chapter 23. Team, I'm happy that Friday is here. I want to show him what I eat. I shoot a young goat. Friday is scared of the gun. He doesn't understand how such a small thing can kill the goat. He doesn't want to touch the gun. We make soup. While I cook, Friday goes to the forest. He brings some herbs. He puts the herbs in the soup. The herbs are like pepper. The soup smells great. It tastes great too. The next day, we cook goat meat with sauce. Again, Friday brings herbs and plants. The herbs make the sauce taste great. We make a nice salad with the plants. I teach Friday how to prepare corn and bake bread. Soon, he bakes very good bread. Then we make my field bigger because we want more corn. Friday helps me a lot. He catches fish very well. We work well together. We are a good team. I want to teach Friday English. I want to teach him quickly. I want to be a good teacher. I take my job seriously. I think about the best way to teach Friday English. When I speak fast, Friday doesn't understand. So I speak slowly. I also use only the present tense. I use simple words. I say only short sentences. Now, Friday understands more. We talk about many things. When Friday doesn't understand, I point at it, or I explain the word. If that doesn't help, I draw in the sand. Soon, Friday understands many sentences. He starts to use some words. His pronunciation is bad at first, but it doesn't matter. I understand him. I'm happy that someone speaks to me. Friday is a good student. He is clever. He learns quickly. Soon, he can say some words like an Englishman. Not all words, but the ones he says well make me happy. I see that Friday often repeats what I say. I think it helps him learn faster. I think learning a language is easy. You copy what you hear. If you don't understand, use pictures. Then, you need a lot of practice. This is the best way. Friday's progress is fast. He talks more every day. In a few months, we can have a good conversation. Friday likes my tools. They are interesting to him. He especially likes the telescope. He borrows it often. He goes to a hill and watches everything. One day, we talk about Friday's people and why they have enemies. He says there is a war between two groups. We are neighbors, but we don't like each other. We fight whenever we can. Friday tells me that they eat human meat like their enemies. They do rituals when they catch their enemies. Friday also tells me about the sea and the currents. Thanks to Friday, I know more about his people's history, culture, and traditions. Chapter 24. Europeans. I tell Friday my story. I explain England and Europe to him. I talk about our cities, schools, ships, and travel. I tell him that education is important in Europe and we study from books. This is all new to him. Friday's people don't need schools. They have everything they need for life. When I trust him enough, I show him how gunpowder works. I teach him to use a gun. I give him a knife and a belt. He is happy with my gifts. He says he has seen a knife before. Some white men live on his island. He counts 17 Europeans. I think these men may be sailors from the Spanish ship. Friday says they are okay. I am happy to hear that Europeans live not far from me. I begin to plan how to meet them. The next day, we go on a small trip around the island. First, we go to the cross where I mark another day. What is this? Friday asks. I explain that we have 7 days in a week. There are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. When Friday hears the word Friday, he laughs. I explain why his name is Friday. Now he understands his name. During our walk, Friday says, if we build a canoe, we can go to my island. I take Friday to the other side of the island. I show him my canoe. He says this canoe is too small for 2 people. We need a bigger canoe. So, we start making a bigger canoe. We have to cut a big tree, and I show him how to cut it. It takes us a month to make the canoe. It takes 2 days to move it to the beach. The canoe is ready, and we are ready too. The day before we want to leave, Friday goes to the beach. He comes back quickly, looking scared. He says there are 3 canoes on the beach. He is scared because he thinks the cannibals are here to find him. I tell him, don't worry, we are strong. Maybe they won't come for you today. Let's wait and watch. We take 15 guns and go to a hill. From there, we see 14 cannibals, 2 prisoners, and 3 canoes on the beach. They stop near the forest by the beach. This is good because it will be easier to attack and save the prisoners. We move quietly through the forest. I think about whether I should kill them. They haven't done anything wrong to me, so I have no reason to shoot them. After thinking, I decide to only watch and attack if it is necessary. Chapter 25. Rescue. When we get close to the beach, we see the cannibals around the fire. They start eating the first prisoner. The second prisoner is still alive. He is European, not one of Friday's people. The cannibals want to eat him too. I decide to save him if I can. We move closer, but we are still hidden behind the trees. 12 cannibals are around the fire. 2 cannibals go for the white man. When I see this, I prepare the guns. I ask Friday if he can do the same. We shoot quickly at the cannibals with 6 guns. We kill 3 and seriously injure 2. The other cannibals jump up. They don't know where to run. Some run to their canoes, some stay on the beach. We keep shooting. We shoot 3 more cannibals. Then we run to the beach. We shout loudly. I run to the prisoner and Friday shoots another cannibal nearby. I free the European. He says something in Spanish to me. I give him a gun. He is weak but can shoot. The cannibals are shocked by our quick attack. Our guns scare them a lot. Only 2 cannibals try to fight us. We shoot them. Friday fights very well. He kills 1 injured cannibal quickly. The second injured cannibal runs to the forest. Friday chases him and kills him with his knife. Only 3 cannibals can run away. They jump into their canoe and start leaving. Friday shoots at them but misses. It's dangerous to let them go because they might tell their people about us. We want to get in one canoe and follow them. But to our surprise, we find another man under the canoe. He is scared. He only hears the fight, not see it. Ropes are around his neck. He is in pain and can't breathe well. I quickly cut the ropes. When Friday sees him, he cries. Then he laughs and hugs the man. He jumps and dances around him. He cries and laughs at the same time. When the emotions settle, Friday tells me that the prisoner is his father. I feel tears when I see the love Friday has for his father. This happy moment delays us, and the cannibals are already gone. Friday massages his father's hands and feet. The massage helps bring blood to his hands and feet. Soon, his father feels better. While they talk, Friday suddenly jumps up. He runs to the forest quickly. When he comes back, he has a bottle of fresh water. He gives it to his father, who is very thirsty. After his father drinks, I ask Friday to give the rest of the water to the Spanish man. He is very thirsty too. The Spanish man thanks me. He has trouble walking because he is very weak. I ask Friday to massage his feet too. It helps him. I want to help the Spanish man go to the canoe because he can't walk easily. We want to take our new guests to our house, but Friday is young and strong. He carries the Spanish man on his back to the canoe. He carefully puts him inside. Chapter 26. Guests. When the Spanish is inside the canoe, Friday jumps out. He pushes the canoe along the beach. Soon, we reach the place near our house. Friday helps our guests out of the canoe. But they can't walk. We have to carry them to our home. We have another problem when we reach the house. Friday's father and the Spanish can't go over the fence. I think of a solution. At first, I want to pull them over the fence, but the cannibals are gone. There is no danger now, so we can stay outside the fence. We make a tent for them outside the fence. We also prepare soft beds for them. When we finish, I start to cook dinner. Friday brings fish and we cook them quickly. We have dinner together in the tent. Friday translates for me because the Spanish speaks his language. After dinner, Friday goes back to the beach. He brings back all the weapons. The next day, we bury the bodies of the dead cannibals. It's a lot of work. The next morning, I speak with Friday's father. I ask, can the cannibals return? Can they attack us? He says, no, they can't attack us. They are scared of the guns. They think you and Friday are spirits sent from heaven. I'm still worried the cannibals could return, but they never do. When our guests are strong enough, I think about the sea journey again. I ask the Spanish why he is on these islands. He says he is from the Spanish ship. There are 16 Europeans on Friday's island. They are Spanish and Portuguese. They want to go home, but they can't build a ship because they have no tools. I show him my tools from the ship. He says with my tools, they can build a ship. I think the Spanish and Friday's father can return to their island. They can tell the others about my tools. Together, we can build a ship. Then, we can go to Brazil, Havana, or maybe Europe. But the Spanish wants to wait. He says, it's better to wait. There isn't enough food for 16 men. We need more food before we build the ship. I agree with him. He and Friday's father help us expand the fences and fields. We catch more goats. Now, we have 50 goats. We collect a lot of fruit and dry it. We also prepare the materials for the ship. I choose some trees and show the others how to cut them. Then we make long, thin pieces. Soon, we have a lot of food. We have a lot of corn. We need more baskets and pots for the corn. The Spanish knows how to make baskets. He is very good at it. His baskets are excellent. He uses a special technique that is fast and effective. He makes baskets 3 times faster than me. I want to learn his technique. He teaches me. I'm not as fast as him, but I am faster than before. Chapter 27. Captain, we put all the food in my cave. The food is safe there. Friday's father and the Spanish men can leave. They will bring the others here. We give them food and 4 guns in case of trouble. Then they leave in the canoe. 2 days later, something happens. Friday wakes me up at 6 a.m. Are they here? I ask. He says no, but someone is here. There is a boat. I climb the nearest hill. I see the boat. It is not from Friday's island. It comes from another place. I also see a ship. It is an English ship. I feel happy, but also worried. I have not seen an English ship near the island. I don't remember a storm yesterday. Why are they here? Maybe they are pirates. Maybe they want to hide something on the island. I decide to be careful. Friday and I stay in the forest to watch. The boat reaches the beach. I see 11 men. I count them. 3 men have their hands tied. The others take them to the beach. 2 guards stay with the prisoners. 1 prisoner is scared and asks for help. Friday turns to me and says, "The English eat people." I tell him, "No, they don't. They will not eat them. They will probably shoot them." After some time, the English men start to walk around. The 3 prisoners sit on the beach. 2 guards stay with them. The prisoners look sad. Soon, the sea level goes down. The boat is stuck on the sand. They can't leave until the tide comes back. Friday and I stay in the forest until dark. The guards fall asleep. The prisoners sit under a tree, far from the others. We can move closer to them. When we get close, I speak softly. We are still behind trees and they can't see us. They are shocked when they hear my voice. "What is that?" one man asks. "I hear something, maybe a tree speaks," says another. "But trees can't speak English." "No, it's not a tree," I say softly. "I am Robinson Crusoe. I live here on this island. I can help you if you tell me who you are." The captain answers. He says he is the captain of the ship. He and his assistant are prisoners. The other men want to leave them on the island. The captain says, "There are only 2 dangerous men. They control the others. Most of the men are loyal to me. If we catch the leaders, I can control the rest." Chapter 28. Promise, I say. "I can help you, but I have one condition. I want control of the ship if we get it back." The captain and the other prisoners agree. They give me control of the ship and their lives and promise to follow. We free the prisoners and go back to the forest. I give them guns, and we plan the attack. While we talk, the guards wake up. They stand up and shout to the others. We shoot the guards. The captain talks to the other men. He doesn't want to hurt them, but they must help him take back the ship. They agree. We tie them up and leave them on the beach. 3 other men hear the shots and come back. They see we have control. We are 5 men with many guns. The situation is bad for them. They say they want to help the captain. We tie them up too. We hide the 6 prisoners in the forest. The captain and I finally talk. I tell him my story and he is shocked. He thanks me a lot for my help. The captain and his friends are hungry. We go to my house and I show them what I've made over the years. They are surprised. We don't have much time to explore. We need to plan how to take back the ship. There are 16 men on the ship and we are only 5. We decide to take everything out of the boat. The sailors might send another boat if the first boat doesn't return with the high tide. In the morning, we hear a gunshot. It's a signal from the ship. After a while, we hear more gunshots. There is no answer. Then, we see the sailors take another boat to the beach. 8 men come out, they have guns. The captain tells me that 6 of them are loyal to him, but 1 is the leader of the rebellion. The captain thinks it will be hard to fight them, but I tell him we can win. We need to act fast. The captain trusts 2 prisoners. They promise to help us. We give them weapons. Now we have 7 men ready to fight. We wait for the boat. When the boat reaches the beach, the men jump out. They pull the boat onto the sand. They run to the other boat. They are surprised to find it empty. They shout to their friends. Then, they shoot into the air, but no one answers. The sailors are confused. They don't understand what is happening. They start to put the boat back in the water. It looks like they want to return to the ship to tell the others about the problem. When the captain sees this, he worries that they might leave the island and go back to the ship. But 10 seconds later, the sailors change their plan. They leave 3 men in the boat and send the other 5 into the forest to find their friends. Chapter 29. Victory. We keep watching both groups. The 5 men sit under a tree and talk. They argue a little. After a long talk, they stand up. They walk to the beach. Maybe they don't want to find their friends. We need to act quickly. We can't let them go back to the boat. I have a plan. I tell the assistant to go to the center of the island. Friday goes with him. They shout at the sailors. The sailors shout back. They walk toward the voice. Friday and the assistant keep shouting. They take the sailors to the other side of the island. This works well. The 5 men are soon far from the beach. This is good for us. We go to the 3 men in the boat. We explain the situation. They decide not to fight us. They become our prisoners. After some time, Friday and the assistant return. The sailors are very far from the beach. They can't return soon. We hide and wait. When the sailors come back, they are tired. They go to the boat. They are surprised when they don't find the 3 men. They call their friends, but no one answers. The leader and 2 men walk into the forest where we hide. The captain and Friday attack them when they are close. The leader is killed. 1 man is hurt. The 3rd man runs back to the boat. We all come out of the forest. We run to the boat. The captain talks to the sailors. He tells them to give up. When the sailors understand, they drop their weapons. We tie up the prisoners. But we don't tie all of them. The captain trusts 3 men. We don't tie these 3 men. Now, we are 10 men. We plan how to take the ship back. After some discussion, we know what to do. Friday and I stay on the island. We watch the prisoners. The captain, his assistant, and the passenger take some prisoner clothes. They want to look like them. Then they take the boat and go to the ship. When they are near the ship, they talk to the sailors. They tell them that they couldn't find the other men. When everyone from the boat is on the ship, the captain shows his face. The attack starts. Some sailors are hurt. Only 1 man is killed. It's the second leader of the rebellion. When the captain has his ship, we hear 7 shots. It's the signal that the ship is his again. I'm happy when I hear the shots. Soon, the captain returns to the island. He tells me the ship is now mine. I'm so happy. I cry so much I can't speak. After 10 minutes I can talk again. I tell the captain how happy I am. The captain tells his men to bring a lot of food from the ship. We eat well. We celebrate my victory and leaving the island. We drink wine and eat pork, beef, and vegetables. We have biscuits for dessert. I am very happy to eat this food again. The captain gives me new clothes. I haven't worn new clothes in a long time. The clothes are light. They are a little uncomfortable at first, but it's okay soon. When the party is over, we talk about the 5 prisoners the captain doesn't trust. They are very bad men. The captain doesn't want them on the ship. It's too dangerous. I tell the captain to talk to the prisoners. Maybe they want to stay on the island. It's better for them because their rebellion means death in England. We go to them and explain. They must choose between death in England and life on the island. I think it's fair to let them decide. They decide to stay on the island. We put them in the cave. The cave is the prison now. I tell them to wait for further orders. Chapter 30, Son, I need time to prepare for the journey. I plan what to take. But then I realize I don't need many things. I decide to take my dog, my parrot, my book, and a few small things. I also take the money, gold, and silver from the ships. They are useful now. I meet the prisoners again. I show them my corn and animals. I tell them about the island. Then I go on the ship. We leave the island in December, 1686. It's 27 years since I first came to the island. First, we go to the island where Friday's people live. The Spanish and Portuguese sailors are happy to see us. They are glad we have a ship. Now we don't need to build one. We can go to Europe. My dog is very happy too. When he sees one of the Spanish sailors, he runs to him. He jumps on him. He is so happy. The sailor is his owner. He is also very happy. He cries when he sees his dog. It's a very emotional moment. The sailors get ready for the journey. Friday has to decide. He can stay with his people or go with me to Europe. He needs time to think. We stay on the island for one night. In the morning, I ask Friday what he wants to do. He says he wants to go with me to Europe. He gets ready for the journey. We are ready to leave. 2 months later, after a safe journey across the ocean, we arrive in London. It's been 35 years for me. Everything looks different. Some parts of London are new. There are new houses, streets, roads, shops, parks, and a big bridge across the river. But it's not just that. People are different. They wear different clothes. Women have new hairstyles. Men wear different hats and use new types of guns. People also have new tools I don't know. They have new names for them. It's very interesting. Even the music in the pubs is different. I hear new songs. I like them. I want to sing these songs. From London, I go back to my town, York. My parents are both dead. I find some relatives. My sister, my uncle, and my aunt are still alive. They are happy to see me, but they thought I was dead. So I can't get any of the family money or land, but I can live in their house. England is a big shock to Friday. Everything is new for him. It's very interesting to him. He enjoys the experience. What he doesn't like is the cold winter. It's February. Snow and ice are not good for him. He doesn't understand why we live like this. I tell him that the weather is better in summer. I send a letter to Brazil. I remember the address well. I want to contact people there. I want to know if my wife is alive. I also want to know if my plantation is still there, but I don't know what to expect after all these years. In May, I get a letter and some packets from my wife. She writes kind words to me. She writes about how she waited for me, but after 10 years, she thought I was dead. She remarried and has a new family. But her new husband is sick and dies. It's been 2 years now. She lives without a husband. I also get a letter from my wife's father. He is old but still alive. In his letter, he writes about the costs and profits from my plantation over the years. They both send me many nice gifts. They send me skins, a little box of gold, and boxes of sugar to sell. My wife has a big surprise for me. She writes that I have a son. It's wonderful news. He was born 8 months after I left. He is now a grown man and wants to meet me. So much has happened so quickly. I can't believe it. I want to cry. Then I want to laugh. It's all too much. I stand up, sit down, and walk around the room. I laugh, then I cry again. When I calm down a little, I think about what to do. Chapter 31. Tears. I think about going back to Brazil. I want to see my wife, son, and plantation. I wonder if my wife will want to live with me again. After some thought, I decide to visit Brazil first. I want to see if it's okay to live there again. I write to my wife, asking if I can visit. I send her presents for her and her family. Then, I get a letter from my wife. She says I'm welcome to visit. Her invitation makes me happy. I begin planning the journey. I buy gifts for them. 2 weeks later, I'm ready to go. When we arrive in Brazil, I meet my wife and son. My wife is different now, but still beautiful. My son is a big, strong man. He is also very smart. He has his own family now and manages the plantations. My son speaks only Portuguese and some Spanish. My Portuguese isn't great after so many years. I don't remember many words, but with practice, I quickly remember them. In 2 weeks, I can hold a basic conversation. A month later, I speak very well. I'm happy I can talk to my wife and son. We have many things to talk about. Brazil is also different. People wear different clothes. They build new types of houses. The plantations are much bigger, and many people work on them. I stay with my family for 3 months. I know my island is not far away. I think about visiting again. Friday also wants to see the island. My son wants to go too. I don't think it's a good idea. I know the sea can be dangerous. But he wants to see the place from my stories. We plan the trip. 2 weeks later, we leave Brazil on a ship to Havana. We make an agreement with the captain. He promises to stop at my island. When we arrive, we meet Friday's people. They live on the island now. I ask, where are the prisoners? They tell me the prisoners are not on the island. They don't know where they are. Maybe they are all dead. Friday's people tell me they don't eat Europeans. They only eat enemies from other islands. I'm happy to hear that. I want to stay on the island, and my son wants to stay too. I ask the captain if he can take us back to Brazil. He agrees. I see many children running around. It's interesting to see so many people on the island. The people on the island are very happy. Friday is happy too. He meets a woman he likes very much. Friday asks me if it's okay for him to stay with her. He knows he lives because of me. He doesn't want to leave me without my permission. I agree. He doesn't have to stay with me forever. It's time for Friday to start his own family. I'm happy he has a good woman. I'm happy they love each other. I respect Friday's decision to stay on the island. I walk around the island a lot. I want to see all the places I remember. I have some favorite places, like the Fruit Valley. I spend a lot of time there. I really like it. My son likes the island too. He often walks with me. I tell him more stories about my life here. We stay on the island for 20 days. Then, the ship from Havana comes. It's time to leave. We say goodbye to Friday and his people. When we leave the island, I feel strange. Tears come to my eyes. I love this place. My heart will always be connected to this island.